Let us try to think that we are in China and talk about their culture. Chinese culture is one of the world's oldest cultures, tracing back to thousands of years ago. Important components of Chinese culture include ceramics, architecture, music, literature, martial arts, cuisine, visual arts, philosophy, and religion. In terms of ethnic groups, officially there are 56 recognized ethnic groups in China, Han Chinese being the largest group. Many ethnic groups, though merged into Han identity, have maintained distinct linguistic and regional cultural traditions. Even within one ethnic group, there are probably diverse group of people. Typically, each minority group has their own costumes, festivals, and customs. There are three main philosophies and religions of ancient China: the Confucianism, Taoism, and later joined by Buddhism, constitute the three teachings that historically have shaped Chinese culture. There are no clear boundaries between these intertwined religious systems, which don't claim to be exclusive, and elements of each enrich popular or folk religion. On the other hand, the government of China formally recognizes that they have five religions: the Buddhism, Taoism, Catholicism, Islam, and Protestantism. Furthermore, the biggest religion that has in China were the Buddhism. Chinese family has been a key component in society for thousands of years in China. Today, many aspects of Chinese life can be tied to honoring one's parents or ancestors. Chinese family structure has traditionally been rigid and hierarchical. Many parents and grandparents now still expect their children or grandchildren to do as they told. In China, even on the old times until now, families are still cherished, honored, and respected, whether they live in the traditional rural environment or the modern urban city. In addition, marriage is a matter closely tied to family and tradition. Originally, spouses could not meet until the day of their wedding, responsibility falling to the family heads for the arrangement of the wedding. Nowadays, the same customs are no longer observed, but some reminiscence of the family involvement has remained, especially for the parents in all phases of the nuptial process. Traditional marriages were arranged by parents of the bride and groom. Many couples never even met one another until their wedding day. Arranged marriages were prohibited in the 1950 marriage law. Modern Chinese couples choose their own partners, but many still ask for their elders' approval. Furthermore, marriage in China represents as being wealth and belong to the elite family. Let's proceed to the Chinese festivals. Chinese festivals characterized by diverse styles and themes. Traditional Chinese festivals are an important part of the country's history and culture, both ancient and modern. A close relationship exists between many of the traditional festivals and chronology, mathematics, the Chinese calendar, and the 24 solar terms. Many of the customs connected with the traditional festivals have links with religious devotions, superstitions, and myth. The form which most of the festival take today was established around the time of the Han Dynasty, and for many years, various eminent poets have written countless masterpieces describing the festivals and are still recited regularly today. Almost every festival has its own unique origins and costumes which reflect the traditional practices and morality of the whole Chinese nation and its people. The grandest and most popular festivals are the Chinese New Year or Spring Festival, the Lantern Festival, the Qingming Festival, the Dragon Boat Festival, and the Mid-Autumn Festivals. Let's move on to the Chinese food. Chinese cuisine is an important part of Chinese culture, which includes cuisine originating from the diverse regions of China, as well as from overseas Chinese who have settled in other parts of the world. The preferences for seasoning and cooking techniques of Chinese provinces depend on differences in historical background and ethnic groups. Geographic features including mountains, rivers, forests, and deserts also have strong effect on the local available ingredients, considering that the climate of China varies from tropical in the south to subarctic in the northeast. Color, smell, and taste are the three traditional aspects used to describe Chinese food, as well as the meaning, appearance, and nutritious of the food. Cooking should be appraised with respect to the ingredients used, knife work, cooking time, and seasoning. The last one are the Chinese symbols, wherein the China is known. The Great Wall of China is one of the greatest sights in the world. We also know it as the longest wall in the world. An awe-inspiring feat of ancient defensive architecture, its winding path over rugged country and steep mountains takes in some great scenery. And the last one, the Chinese dragons, the powerful and benevolent symbols in Chinese culture, with supposed control over watery phenomenon and summoning rain during a drought. Dragons are everywhere in China, such as in legends, festivals, astrology, art, names, and idioms. Dragon as seen as lucky and good, quite different to the evil, dangerous, fire-breathing dragons in most Western stories. That would be all.